All right, we're here with Dave from Brownbird. Just ask you a few quick questions. I guess first, how did you decide to go into like a folk style of music in this like modern digital technology age? What's your inspirations you have? Was it just how you felt? Like what brought you down that path, do you think?
Definitely inspirations from different musical sources. I came from more of a history of playing in rock bands, indie rock and experimental sort of bands. My first instrument was actually drums, but started picking up guitars from playing in bands with other players. And but I think from a history of my parents were both ministers, and I think I grew up in Illinois, was where I was born, and there's a rich history of that kind of I don't know, rural sort of folk gospel music,
right.
If that makes any sense. But just that music has always stuck with me, and I think that's like at times I feel sort of like drawn back to that sort of thing, and but it definitely was led back to it through various indie artists who have done the indie folk thing, and so yeah, I think that there was definitely a natural draw to that.
Cool.
That way.
Do you have what kind of process do you use when you write a song? Do you have like go to a certain place, or do you just come to you? I mean, how does that work for you?
I definitely say it always varies. My most recent favorite way to write is just driving in a car. I have a little handheld tape recorder, and if I have an idea, I'll just sing it into the tape recorder. That's awesome. And eventually, you know, when I get my hands on a guitar, stop somewhere, I can work out the music for it and stuff. But I work out a lot of vocal melodies and lyrics that way. I feel like that's the more recent way I work on things. But historically, it's been
all over the place.
Yeah, come up with a vocal idea sitting on the toilet, or like, you know, just whatever. It's always different. Guitar lines have come first sometimes, but usually vocals and lyrics, I'd say first.
Okay, cool. I see you have a second full-length album that came out earlier this year. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure, yeah. It's called The Bottom of the Sea. Just recorded the whole thing in the month of March, and it's a collection of songs that I'd written for the last 8 years, I guess. And the first half of the album is songs that were older. You know, it's all actually in chronological order from the way I wrote it. And so the first half is like pretty spread out. The last maybe 5-6 songs are all written this year, actually between January and March. So it's pretty recent. And I don't know. Went through a pretty rough winter, so I guess the last few songs are, you know, very like fresh still in a lot of ways, emotionally and stuff. But yeah, so it spans a long time, but is also very kind of current and
cool
stuff. Yeah.
What's the name of the song you did in there in the studio?
Oh, today, Generator. Is the name of it. And
you
that's
want to
also
talk about that?
Sure. It's actually an older song. And as you know, I typically do like acoustic kind of folky stuff. Today I recorded that obviously with electric guitar and drums, just as a different way, but which was a lot of fun. But I wrote it out on this island that I used to work on called Star Island, and I was working on the powerhouse there, basically maintaining the generators for the island, which ran the electricity. It's a very small island. It's like 64 acres, something like that. And so a lot of I guess the lyrical references come from working out there. And, yeah.
Cool. I guess final question would be, what do you think about WonderRoot Studios?
This is great. I don't know. It's been a great experience. I mean, knowing Whit for a little while and hearing him talk about the goals and the plans that he's had for this space, and then finally today, for the first time, seeing them come into physical form has been pretty awesome. Just it's always great to see a vision actually come through, you know, because it was such a great idea, and it was hard to picture how it would actually come together. And I also I really hope for the future of it to be everything that it's been created and intended for, and to actually be a part of the community here. And I'm glad that I could partake in sort of what it has to offer right now, and it's exciting to be a part of the first show.
Yeah.
But I really do hope that it does a lot more for the local community here as well. So it's a great, wonderful place.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with me.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
Have a good show.
Thanks.